Hello.
Hello, I'm Cathy.
I'm Rachel.
I'm Owen. Welcome to Living the Bad Book Club. Yeah.
Today we look like we're in a little gang. We're going to come to your house and say, Dash Ram and Etherin, the Old Blood Six. Because we're talking about Wheel of Time. You all know that I love Wheel of Time. You all know that I made Cathy read the Wheel of Time.
And now I love the Wheel of Time.
Today we thought we would talk about what we want to see on the TV show going forward as book fans. Things we would like to see, scenes we would like to see, things we don't want to see.
Yeah, and I think we should do this without any consideration for budget or reasonability.
Ooh, yeah.
I think we should just say what we want to see. Because, we don't have to make the thing.
That's true.
Like,
I didn't think about that.
I think this should be like writing a letter to Santa. Like, you just tell him what you want.
Okay.
And then it's for him to deal with.
Okay. This video will be from the perspective of two people who have read the whole series. So, spoilers abound. If you are just a show fan, get out of here, guys. Go and read the books and then come back.
Yeah.
Or watch all of the TV show when the final episode is aired. Come back then.
Yeah.
If you like spoilers, then watch this video. If you don't like spoilers, then go and read the book.
Yeah, if you don't care about spoilers, watch away.
Yeah. Come join. I don't care about spoilers.
What, a fully honourable? Is that the correct word?
Maybe.
That's the wrong word.
Honourable.
Honorary? No. I want a full page adaptation on screen. I want it to be completely just the full translation of the book just on the screen.
You want the corridors.
I want every single corridor. I want the exact colour of tiling that RJ described in the patterns. I want all of the embroidery as it is.
I am regretting this premise.
You said the sky's the limit. So.
Yeah. I take it back immediately. No, go on, you can tell us what you want.
I want to be in the Wheel of Time.
Do you?
WoT Wishlist. I want to be in the Wheel of Time.
Oh dear.
Faithful. That's the word I was thinking of. I want a fully faithful page-to-screen adaptation, and I want to have a role in it.
You'd make a great Fael.
She's already been cast.
Oh,
I also don't have the nose. She needs to have a nose.
she's have a good nose.
Yeah. I don't have a good nose. But speaking of Fayoul,
Nose.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know she's already been cast, so she will definitely be in the show, but I want her to be Fayoul. I don't want her to be changed to make her more palatable to everybody, because I know that not a lot of people like Fayoul. She's Marmite. You either love her or you hate her. I love her. I love all of her flaws. She's just a kid, man, and yeah, maybe hers and parents' relationship does have issues, but they're just kids, man. They're just kids, and they're working it out together, and they love each other, and they support each other, and they're a team and a unit, and I love them.
I also want Fael. Is that how we say it? Fael.
That's how I say it. I don't know if it's.
I also
right,
want her, and I like the fact that in the book, she's like, yeah, I want an adventure. I'm off to get an adventure. I'm off to do stuff, because all of our main five, they're a bit like, oh no, we've been dragged into an adventure against our will. We want to get out of it. And she's like, no, I'm hunting for the horn.
Yeah.
She throws herself into things. So I hope that comes through.
And she is always on her own team. Do you know what I mean? Some of the other characters have struggles with where they fit in the world. She knows what she wants and she is gunning for it, and not in a selfish way, in a self-assured way. She has so much self-confidence and belief in herself, and I just love seeing that in a young female character.
Yeah.
And some people might think she's arrogant, and I know that she gets upset about Beryl Lane and feels like jealous and on edge about that, but who can blame her? Beryl Lane's the most beautiful woman in the world. I want Beryl Lane to be in the show. I will make that clear.
She's a lot of fun. I could take or leave her, but I think it's just quite fun to have like a seductress there.
Yeah.
Like, with like this really tiny kingdom, having to be very scrappy to keep it together and manipulate everyone around her. Like, that's quite a fun, cool character. So yeah, I don't mind her being in there. I think Perrin's whole storyline of going back and rescuing the two rivers, including having to face up against the White Cloaks and Luke.
Yep.
All of that needs to be there, and that how people keep calling him Lord Perrin and he hates it. And the two rivers folk like gathering together to defend themselves. All of that. I think that's my favourite Is it my favourite part of the whole series? Mm-hmm. Maybe. But I want it.
Do you know what else I want? So in the series, book 5, Perrin's not in it. Him and Fail are just building. They're just building the Two Rivers into the thriving community that it is towards the end of the books. I want to see that. Show us it. Rafe, please have Perrin in the Fires of Heaven section. I want to know what they were doing. Give them something to do, please.
You want things that aren't in the books?
Well, it's not that they're not in the books. Like, we know that Perrin and Fail spent time building up the community. Do you know what I mean? We know that it happened. We just didn't see it on page.
Yeah. I would like to see more of the weaves as well. Because at the moment, it feels just like they go whoosh, 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 and anything could be happening. Mm-hmm. I kind of want it to be more explicit, of like, that actually see like patterns that represent specific things. Mm-hmm. Because there's such a range of detail in the books. I want to see it as well, and I want there to be like more rules.
Okay.
I want the rules. There's a real strong system, and sometimes it feels so fun on the TV show that they just go, ooh, push, 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 and that does it. But actually, like, there's skills that they're doing and learning, and I want to see more of that.
I think we just haven't seen enough of the weaving to see the patterns that are there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I would also like to see some of like the pattern shifting weirdly around Rand.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's such a bizarre chapters, but I'd like to see more of that, of just random things happening because Rand's there. Mm-hmm. And like, equally, like, people just getting married. Mm-hmm. So like really bizarre accidents happening, and it's just because the pattern's messed up because Rand is there. I think that'd be so fun to see. I don't think I'm going to get to see it, but I'd love that. The Ale history.
Yeah.
And their culture. Mm-hmm. So first of all, we need to know their full culture of like why they are the way they are now, or why they think they are the way they are now. The whole thing of like not having swords, their cultures out in the wilderness, like who's in charge, the wise women, what they call like the camp people who are in charge of the camps. Roof mistress.
I think.
Yeah,
something
clan
like
chiefs, roof mistresses, wise women, you know, all of that Geishan. I want to see that full culture. Mm-hmm. And then I want to shatter it with like the memories that they go through and that acknowledgement. I want that arc for these people because I think that's really interesting. Okay, one thing I want to see is Nynaeve sinking in the water, completely losing it, and then like letting go, and then being able to break through a block and use the power, come to surface and be rescued by Lan. I want that scene. Don't change a thing.
A great scene. I want to see that too.
Yeah.
And I want Lan to be like distraught because obviously I know that, you know, he's got his emotions in check. He's a very stoic man. Stoic, is that the correct word?
Yeah.
And I just want to see him be emotional.
Yeah.
Because that'll make me emotional.
Yeah.
And I love crying at TV shows. I'm tearing up thinking about it even just now.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, and a small thing with Nynaeve that I love. I hope that she does a thing where she decks herself out in more and more of the Tarang. Is that what they're called? Like, she requires more and more, and as the series get on, she just gets more and more jewellery, and people keep saying, like, she's really decked out. What's going on with her? And she's just wearing all these things to make her more and more
And they're
powerful.
all like, oh, she's so full of herself, decorating herself with all this jewellery. Nynaeve's like, she doesn't even care about it.
No, she just wants to be powerful.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope that comes out.
I want to see the scene in Saladar when Nynaeve's trying to break her block and they get her drunk and she's just like wandering around singing. I want to see that. I really want to see. I'm hopeful that we will, because one of those Forsaken statuettes is definitely holding a guitar. We better see my boy Asmo. We better. If we don't, I'm going to be really angry.
So he's the one who like trains Rand for it. Yeah. Oh, he's great. Yeah, I want to see him. And I want to see the Spider Woman.
Mm-hmm. Well, she was at the end of season 2.
Yes. Oh, and I really liked her introduction. I really liked her introduction at the end of season 2. That looked really interesting.
I liked that we saw some of the background Forsaken stuff that we don't see in the start of the books. Obviously, we're in more Forsaken point of views later on in the books.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed that they incorporated some of the extra information about Ishi and Lanfear having chats together, trying to work together, betraying each
Yeah.
other. I like that that's been brought in early on.
Yes, me too.
I want to see more of that. I want to see
Yes.
more Forsaken interaction.
Yes, because I think the Forsaken plotting and conniving against one another is so much more fun than just having a generic bad guy
Yes.
trying to stop the good guys. Like, I love all the Forsaken chats with one another and the way that they're like completely like getting in the way of each other's plans. I love it. And I love that they hate each other and are always trying to like, every bit of dialogue, they're always trying to outdo one
You
another.
love that people hate each other.
For the bad guys, yeah. I also want the whole plotline with Egwene becoming the Amelin. Oh, it's been a while. But like the way that she is given, like, she's made to be like a figurehead with no power really. And yet she earns her way up to the top through like the most horrible ways possible and gains everybody's respect, and then properly earns it by fighting off a whole invasion of the flying dragon things. Yes. Everything. And I think that was one of my favourite chapters of the book, when she's on the tower just like launching fireballs off.
She's so great.
Yeah. And do you know, I think that's partly why, you know, I said earlier, like, I want to see more of like the weaves and the rules about that. Is I think there's a danger of, you don't want your big characters firing off fireballs now. Because I want Gwen to have that moment when she's on the roof.
Yeah.
And people going, what? We can do this? You know, and she's just blasting. If our characters are too powerful too soon, we're kind of losing that build up.
Yeah.
So I want a bit more build up with how the power can and can't be used.
Obviously, they had to reintroduce Matt as a new character with the casting change, but I felt that in season 2, Matt could be more fun.
Yeah.
I feel that Matt he's not the comedic relief in the books, but he has more opportunities for comedy that I would like to see on screen more.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, and I agree. Matt should not be carrying the angst of the show.
Which I felt he kind of was in
Yeah.
season 2. Which I suppose it is the dagger season, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, I'd like to see more.
Yeah. I like that, and again, I've only read the books once, it's quite a while now, but it felt for a while like Matt's big storylines was like, I'm just trying to stay out of trouble, but I'm just going to enter this pub and, oh no, now I'm roped into this. But he kind of, when the individual adventures arrived at his feet, he was like witty and clever and creative in how he overcame it. So even though he kept saying like, oh, I kind of want to get out of this adventure, actually when one fell in his lap, he would just rise to the challenge every time.
Give us lovable rogue Matt.
Yes, lovable rogue.
Oh my goodness, I went to see Hadestown and Donald Finn is playing Orpheus in Hadestown. He was amazing. Man can sing. Let Matt sing again in the show. I would love to see that.
Yes. Oh, he could sing the Jacket of the Shadows song.
This is possibly out of fear because of casting announcements that have happened so far. I want to see all of the Trekhan siblings or the damaged. I want to see Galad and Gawain. I want to see them both. I don't want to give them too much screen time because obviously they're not our main characters, but I want to see the parallels between their paths.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
They're not top of my list, but I'd happily watch them. Rand getting depressed, and then Rand climbing up the mountain and finding his hope again. I don't know how you're going to show that on screen, but I want that moment. And then the light coming, and then other characters seeing the light. I want that. I want that moment. I almost hope that they do almost a whole season to like, from Rand finding himself, that moment to the end. Needs to be a season. Like of like gathering the forces and then the last battle. I want to take our time with that because the book certainly did.
Certainly did. I would like there to be more interaction between the Emmonsfield Five.
Yes.
I just want them to hang out. They haven't had much time to hang out in the show because it's a show. We've got to do things quickly. But I would like to see more.
I think it makes a huge difference to how we connect to characters. Like in Marvel Universe, where they had that scene, I can't remember which film it was, where they're having a party at Iron Man's house. And can't remember. And then they take turns trying to pick up Thor's hammer.
Yes.
Like that scene, it's not really needed apart from you just get to see the characters be mates. And I think
Give us some filler.
Yeah, we need some filler. We need some like of them being
Give
mates
us some
together.
downtime.
And you can still get quite a few character beats into the downtime. Yeah, if they could just hang out and be nice to one another, just like little bits. They can then fall out if they need to. And they are going to, but but yeah, they need to spend some nice time together too. And that will be really watchable. Please, Mr. Director. I would like to see some, perhaps, of Elaine's establishing herself as queen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to know the details with the merchants.
I'd like Elaine's succession to take place over maybe 3 episodes.
Yeah.
You know when Brigitte gets beheaded?
Yeah.
I really want. I want to see that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. But I really want to see that, and then she comes back and still saves Elaine, and that relief that you have that she hasn't been ripped out of her cycle.
The reveal during this battle that we've got saboteurs in our ranks being controlled by the Forsaken unknowingly, because I can't remember who's the main one of those who's like a really good general, and he doesn't realise like he's sabotaging them.
It's all of them.
Oh, it's all of them, but there was one, a Saldian.
Davron Bashir?
I think so, yeah. Yes! Hey, that it's just so tragic. Because he's like saying, oh, I don't mean to, but I am doing that, and I don't know why. That whole struggle, because there's really good clues to that leading up to it. So I think that whole plot line is amazing, and I'd love that to be in the last battle. I hope we do take our time with the last battle. Oliver? Do you want Oliver?
Well, here's the thing. He kind of does my head in. But then also, you know, without him, we don't get Matt completely ignoring the fact that he is responsible for Oliver being the way. I mean, obviously the other soldiers as well, but Matt's always saying things like, who's taught you this, Oliver? You did, Matrim. You are responsible for this boy.
Do we want more of Padan Fane?
The performance that we've got so far, very creepy.
Yeah.
I really like the way that they're doing it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him,
Yeah.
but that's because he makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Which is the intention.
Yeah, he's got such a presence. Oh, Rand School. You don't care about that?
I don't care about that.
I like that Rand... I like the school, and I like the fact that Rand tries to leave a better legacy behind.
I mean, yeah, I like it, but
You don't care about it?
I don't care about it. It's not entertaining for television, is it?
What about the Black Tower?
I don't think we need to be inside of the Black Tower as much as we are. I think it's given a lot of page time in the books, and I don't think we need it as much. I think maybe like 3 minutes an episode from when it's introduced. Every episode we can have 3 minutes of the Black Tower.
The Black Tower.
That's it.
Yeah, perhaps it's too similar to what's going on in the White Tower. Like, I know it's kind of something, but we've got 2 different like big power struggles going on. Do you know what I would be? Oh no, people would hate it, but I'd be tempted
to combine the game with Mazrim Taim.
Yeah, I wonder if that's what they're gonna do.
They might do.
Will you be happy if they do?
I could live with it because I just feel like
Sure.
I feel like he walks on, he's like, I am pantomime evil, and then he goes around, he's clearly evil, and he is clearly evil, and I don't think there's anything particularly interesting about him.
That's a really good point, actually, because obviously in the book it's Mazrim Taim that once Asma has left the building, it's Mazrim that teaches Rand more about the power.
Yeah.
And he's gone to Loghain to learn about the power, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I wonder if that's going to be Loghain's role. Maybe the Black Tower will be more of a direct adversary to the good guys rather than being split down the middle.
Yeah.
Which
I can see that happening.
I can see that happening, and on one hand, like I don't want to spend lots of time in the Black Tower and their power struggles, but if it does turn out being the Black Tower against the White Tower and the Black are evil and the White are good, then I feel like we'll have lost something of the complexity of the story showing.
Yeah.
So
I think we've already shown that the White Tower aren't fully good.
Yes.
And also, the Asher Man are quite crucial in getting Rand out of the box. And obviously he's got his whole gang of little guys.
Yeah.
Little guys.
Yeah.
Little guys.
Little guys.
Little
And they're pretty important.
Rand in the box.
Rand in the box. I don't want to see that, but
Yeah, I don't need to see lengthy times of Rand in the box.
I don't want to see my boy suffer. But it's so crucial to his character
It is
development.
so crucial. And it's so crucial to him not trusting the Aes Sedai.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it has to happen.
Do you know what? I'm just going to be happy with anything they give me. I think that's my issue. Like, yeah, I'd love to see all of it. I would love to see all of it. And I know that that isn't feasible. So I'm just going to be happy with everything that they give me. As long as they treat my girl Fael well.
Yeah.
And Asmo at least appears. I don't mind. I'm not critical about my media.
That's such a good place to be. Like, yeah, I'm going to be happy. It's a Wheel of Time show. There is so much that we are really, like, this is all fun and games, but we do accept, like, we're not going to see everything that we want.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still going to see Wheel of Time.
Yeah, and it's Wheel of Time from Wheel of Time fans.
So I feel like a more grown-up booktubers would have gone, here are our top 10 things that we want to see in a Wheel of Time adaptation.
We haven't done that. We've just babbled and babbled and babbled, and then we've said, well, actually, we don't mind.
If you are a Wheel of Time fan, and I'm guessing you are, otherwise you would not have made it this far, let us know in the comments what you would love to see in the TV show. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. So,
That was an awful high five. Let's try that again. No, one more time.
Do we need to put this bit in?
oh, it's getting snarky.
And make sure to watch this video once you've read or watched them, or else we will find you.